Don't you cry, 'cause you know little sad eyes. Love will come, love will go. And when you're strong, you never ask why. But can you learn to love your weakest side? Little sad eyes. I see you carry all that pain. It's a sad life. If the hurt is all in vain, but you'll get through the darkest nights when you learn to find your shining lights. Little sad eyes. Don't you see I am right behind you? Don't you know I'm carrying your weight when you're down and when you're out? I'll be around. When you're strong, you never ask why. But I have learned to love your weaker side. Little sad eyes. Don't you know I am right behind you? Don't you see I'm carrying your weight? I'll take your hurt, I'll share your pain, and I'll dry your tears. Little sad eyes.
Hello, everyone. I thought I'd come on and do a live with you all as I'm still here in Indiana till tomorrow. And Anthony's going to join me. He's going to send out the link. Anybody can pop in. Welcome, Anthony.
Welcome. What's up?
It's been a long weekend, but I'm not quite ready to go to sleep.
No, you ready to talk about what's going on? Sitting back just thinking about this whole weekend, I'm sure.
Yes. And it's been such a great weekend, and all the people that we have seen and that have come together. I just didn't want that to end yet.
Yeah. And you know what? It's actually an interesting thing because that's why. So today, it was like you don't get a lot of time to meet with people and connect. And I know that as a content creator, we want to bring the people the view. Like, this is what's going on. This is content. This is good content. This isn't just us talking about stuff. This is people like they're doing stuff, and
Right.
the people want to see that, and they see like that this is a real true crime community of people that actually go and do things like this instead of just sit around on the internet and talk about them all the time. It's really good.
Right.
I
So I
know.
can see chat.
Can you?
Yeah, I just wanted to get together as a community one last time before this weekend ends and everybody goes into eclipse mode and throw out the link and have those that were there with us um come on and give their reflections and their feelings of how the weekend went. Yes, it was a long weekend. There was A lot of us are sore and tired, but I don't, even with all that, I don't think any of us would have it any different. Next time, maybe. Only limited to two. Jill Mosier, I am so glad to see you in the chat. I got your message. Thank you. I'm glad you're feeling better. Um, and I had a bunch of people asking about you today, so just wanted to say thank you for coming yesterday, and so glad you made it.
Yeah, Jill Moser, seen her for years in here.
Yep.
Awesome to see you there.
And rescue all the dogs. She came to Tabitha's along with a few other people, Dustin, and a lot of it was Tabitha's family, but I so appreciate those of you that were there that were not family or creators, but it doesn't take away from all of our creators being there either. And we got to get Randy in here because he's our grandmaster for the walks. Um, and if Jinx wants to come on or Frosty wants to come on or whoever and just give their reflections from the weekend. Um, I thought it would be a great way to wrap everything up.
We would love to be able to hear from all those people. Just to hear and see what they were all thinking and talking about and stuff like that when we didn't see them right on camera.
Right.
That's something that just we like to hear that as viewers, you know what I mean? So it's not just me that wants to hear it, everybody, it's everybody. I think that we really appreciated what you guys were talking about, what you guys were showing us as you guys were doing it. And we really appreciated Indie Archives third person point of view here on this. Because we're able to talk to you who's there and we're able to see what it looks like from your point of view, but also look at you from a top and zoom way out to say, okay, now that's in conjunction, that's this far from here and this far from here. People have gained a whole new perspective of all this weekend.
Well, and that's part of why I wanted to do this reflection live stream with everyone. This was a first. This is going to make history because these walks are so important to us. And normally we just do the walks and whoever can live stream or records. And then we show the video afterwards, right?
Yeah.
This weekend was different. Now, had I known that I could live stream the whole way for Tabitha, like I did for Delphi and for Flora, I would have done it. But I have a new phone. I was testing it out. I should have tested it out on Tabitha, but I didn't. But we'll go back and explain everything on there as far as areas you're seeing. I've already talked to Randy about how to do it the next time. I agree with him. And I can't wait for the next Tabitha walk. But yeah.
That was a really good walk. So let's talk about that day since we're looking at it on the screen. So we're looking at Drake right there, which is the young man there in the gray, which is Tabby's son.
He is 22. He just had a birthday.
Just had a birthday. Okay. And he never even really knew his mom. He was 6 months old when she died.
Correct.
That's his stepdad, correct? Mark? Or his step grandfather, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's his grandpa.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is his grandpa.
So, and then who are those his friends that are there or who
No,
are they?
so what it is the woman in the white and black plaid.
Mm-hmm.
That is an aunt, I believe. And then the one in the blue, it's either an aunt or I think actually no, it's cousins.
Okay.
So the one in the blue and the black and white plaid are cousins. The individual that was in the red and white plaid, that is Buffy. That is Tabby's mom.
Okay. I know Buffy, but for everybody that doesn't, that's Tabby's mom. I'm going to go ahead and bring Jinx in with us. Jinx, are you ready to come in here? Okay. I hope you are. There you are. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Should I play your intro video first?
No,
Don't you even. That was for internal use only. I was being silly. Lord have mercy.
Just
My
wanted to
goodness.
say, you guys look brilliant on the camera. Just look at that. I mean, dude has got the eye. Look at, I mean, that's like, listen, this is better than any HLN, anything like that. What we did this weekend takes you live at the scene.
Yes.
So like, and you guys were able to walk us through that. Andrea was in the chat walking us through what was happening, where you guys were standing at the locations. You know, like right now they're standing where this happened, or this is where the crime was supposed to be committed. This is where the body was left. And it was just good to see that, you know?
Well, yeah, and in the video, where they're standing right now in front of that bench type area, that's the area where the tire tracks were left. And not too far from that area, just across the main road there, was a nursing home, and there were individuals out at night smoking in the back of the nursing home, and they heard a splash.
And that's what
And
led them to this creek over here.
that's what led them to over there, because they're like, well, it isn't what led them there, but they just thought it was weird that they heard a splash that late at night. And then the two kids fishing found her and got an adult and the adult said, no, that's a mannequin. And then went back the next day and got a different adult and said, oh no, we need to call the police.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
Jinx, what did you think of Tabby's memorial walk? I know you didn't get to walk all of it with us, but you were there, you got to listen.
She got to watch it too. I mean, she was, if she wasn't there, she was there, but there, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I did get to go on the walk, and the part of the walk that I got to go on, it was really nice, you guys. Like, we got to stop and take a break for a minute, kind of catch our breath from all the walking that we knew we was going to do, but we got to learn exactly the locations and the important key points of the case for Tabitha. You know, there's little details that you really get put into perspective whenever they're, well, I mean, with the drone and the interactiveness, it was wonderful. And then, you know, like you said, Anthony, I didn't walk the whole walk, but I was there because I popped in with the drone guy and just chilled and watched with him for a minute. And that was really neat to kind of watch firsthand what you guys as the viewers were watching. And it was just blowing my mind. I hope y'all were enjoying it as much as I was.
Well, oh yeah.
I found it to be interesting that while we're okay, I'm here watching you guys and we're all watching you guys, but then there's people there watching us watch you. You know what I mean?
Well, think of it from our view. You know, we're walking, we're talking and doing all this stuff, but at the same time, that drone is there somewhere taking pictures of you.
Yeah.
There wasn't a moment in time where you guys were not on video at some point, at all times, whether it was on your phone or it was on that drone or both at the same time.
Right.
With one of them turned off, the other one was still on. So you guys were, like I said, if you guys picked your nose out there, we saw it happen. Trust me. You know, nobody better be out there scratching their butts and camera. We'll see you. Just keep that in mind. Yep. It is funny though, but it was very interesting to watch that because we could see it in real time. And just for the people that like tuned in, could not believe that it was that good of a quality live.
Yeah, no, it was really neat. And it's so hard not to be interactive with Indy when he's running the drone. So
yes,
y'all had some goofy scenes for me out here. I haven't gotten to watch all the lives. I'm still trying to catch up. I'm so tired from these vlogs.
Me too.
It was fantastic.
You know what? I was so exhausted today from just trying to make a video and gather the footage and coordinate all you guys and make sure that you guys were gonna, you know what I mean, in Indy, and he's sending the link and we're in Discord and we're out of, you know what I mean, we're just doing all this.
Oh,
As soon as today's live stream ended, I went to sleep for like 3 hours. I was like, I'm tired, dude. These guys wore me out.
Oh my Lord. That was me yesterday after I got home from the Delphi walk. I sat down on the couch, and the next thing you know, my husband's waking me up saying I was turning the ceiling fan snoring. I was like, I'm so sorry. So I finally went to bed, but yeah, I was wore out. It was so wonderful, the turnouts for each of the walks too. I mean, seriously, that was the largest turnout for the Delphi walk. There was like 45 people there. How crazy is that? That was so wonderful.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people at the Delphi walk. There was so many people there. I could not believe it when I saw that footage, when I tuned into the live stream, because I was obviously playing a video, but I was watching it on the drone footage before anybody else could see it, right? And I'm looking at that and I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude, we are in for something today. Like, just looking at all you guys, I was just totally stunned at what I was looking at. It was, you guys, there was a lot of people. What is the biggest, what is your highlight of the day for each one of you? Let's start with Tabitha, and I'm looking for the Delphi footage that we can move on to for the next day. Start with Tabitha. Tell me a highlight about that day for each one of you, that just when you had that moment of, you're like, man, dude, we've accomplished it. You know, like, this is what I wanted.
Jinx, you go first.
Well, I'm hoarse, y'all, so that's probably what's wrong with my accent. I've been talking so much the last 3 days. Well, you know, for Tabitha's walk, whenever Mark did his closing prayer, that was just heart-touching, y'all. Like, oh my God, it was so heartfelt. And then for the Delphi walk, I mean, right before we started the walk, just to see how many people showed up and to see how far some of the folks traveled from, you know, we had people from Kansas, Wisconsin, Illinois, Pennsylvania. I mean, y'all, how amazing is that? And then some of those same people still drove to the Flora, you know, and that was just so sweet to see how that group was just like my heart there for a second, because they have been with us for 3 days almost, most of them. So it was really just beautiful. The whole thing, just the community coming together to support and make sure that people don't forget these girls' names, you know, say them out loud. Tabby, Abby, Libby, Keyara, Kionne, Kerrielle, Kionne. We don't want people to forget their names because they're still waiting for justice. And that's why we do these walks.
We don't want them to forget so much. We put it on we didn't, but the individuals put it on a bench in Flora. All 6. Yeah. And then Tabitha, she's a different case, so that's not really connected to Carroll County, but she's got, did you see that headstone? My goodness. I mean, all these people have beautiful headstones.
Yes.
Great. Every single one of them. We've looked at them over the weekend while you guys were there, and different footage that we have of their headstones, and each one of them is just something special, you know? So that's the Delphi walk that you guys were looking at. Sometimes the footage got a little glitchy. It's not glitchy if I downloaded it, but look at some of these shots, everybody.
Well, I can tell you from my perspective, for Tabby's memorial walk, it was having Buffy there with Mark, with Drake, and other members of the family. And then that to me, and seeing the smiles on their faces and the pride that they have for Tabitha.
Yeah.
That goes along with the hurt of not knowing exactly what happened to her. That's what hit me. That's what hit me. You know, and then with Delphi, it was once again having all these individuals from different places around the world come and show tribute to these girls and want to learn and see
Oh,
the area
absolutely.
firsthand.
And they did learn. I mean,
Mhm.
so you weren't there on the camera the whole time in Tabitha's case, but you
No.
want to explain to us what you were talking about as you were going through there and what the reaction was from the people?
Yes. Okay, so the very first spot that we stopped at is allegedly where Tabitha was shot, and that was over by the bridge. Okay.
Okay.
Then we walked along the creek because this is the path that those three individuals allegedly took when they carried her body to go put her in the creek.
Okay.
The second area we stopped at was where we were trying to figure out where she was found, and we found it. That was the second area that we stopped at.
Okay.
And then as you got up closer, just past the water tower, that was the area that those individuals said they put her in the water at.
Okay.
But we continued to walk up to that bench there at the end, and that is where individuals saw a truck pull up and they heard a splash, and that's where the tire tracks were found.
Wow. Now, this isn't the first time you've been there. You were there previously because we used some of the footage. By the
Yep.
way, outstanding footage that day, cleaning up that site. You guys both were there. I
Yeah.
watched that footage and put it in there. That was really nice, and that's good to see it. I don't know. It reminds me of going out and doing that for Hannah down in southern Indiana. Hannah
Yes.
Wilson, going down there and cleaning up her memorial site where her body was left and just cleaning it up because no one had in years. And then I made it a mission to go out there for a few years in a row and do that. And then to see everybody else go, like Joe Skinner, to go clean up the graves and stuff that he goes and visits. It's really good to see.
He's so sweet.
Is Randy
Hey,
still in the chat?
I
He
just
might
want to
be.
say thank you again to
Hold on.
Mark for this gorgeous pin. Sorry, I'll try to do it like this.
Yes.
He gave me for Tabitha's walk, and I'm super excited, y'all. Marv is going to put them in her merch store, so you can buy these. And what they're doing is they're using this money to help get the money for the court documents. So, anyways, thank you again, Mark. I really appreciate it.
That's so cool.
Absolutely.
I'm so sunburnt, y'all. I'm so sorry.
Sunburnt?
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Oh
Oh,
my
do you touch
goodness,
your
yes.
nose?
Greeno,
No, it's
do you?
sunburnt. Like it was sunny out, yo.
Reno,
it
do I
was.
what? Do I know if Randy's in the chat? Randy's in the chat, yes.
Can we
Oh, I'm sorry.
put the
Show the
link
picture.
for
Yes.
him, and then we're
I
there.
texted
There
him
you
the
go.
link.
Yep. Okay, sorry. I was trying to pull these off Discord at the same time. It takes a while to get all this stuff downloaded, and I'm still locked out of Facebook, y'all, and it's driving me crazy. That's a beautiful picture, man. That's why I brought it up here.
Okay,
Mark
so
Drake.
as far as the legal expenses, you can send all donations to me, and just if you do it through a super chat, put for legal funds. If you send it through PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, put a little note for legal funds. And then what I do is I accrue all those and then I give it to Mark.
Okay. And then, so in the legal fees, what exactly are these legal fees and what's that going to do?
Okay, so what I take donations for my channel for the Tabitha stuff is money that I have to spend to get the documents that we need that we don't have.
Okay.
And then what the legal fund is that it's been 22 years and nothing has been done. since Elizabeth Balser was acquitted. They closed the case. So we are trying to find an attorney who will take this case on, and let's just say there may be there will probably be future lawsuits.
Good. That's what needs to happen. And I know that
That's
people
what
aren't familiar.
That's what the legal fund is for.
If you're not familiar with this case or what we're talking about, here's a $50 super chat from Honeybee
goodness.
for legal
That's so
fees from Mark.
Thank you so much, Honeybee. I will make sure he gets that.
Yeah. So I hope you made that on her channel, not mine. I'm pretty sure you did.
fun.
But either way, that's not a problem if you did. That is really good. Thanks, Honeybee. And you know what, guys?
Absolutely.
If you're not familiar with this story, I want you to go back and watch Friday's video. Because Friday's video really outlines it all. You know, we can see it from the perspective of the drone. We see it from firsthand. We watched a video that we created last year about it, and we got to see and talk to the people that were there in person, you know? So, and if you don't know who Mark is, he was at the other events too, proudly. And without, you know, I sent out a good message to Mark and talked highly of him in these videos over the last couple of days. And it's because it's the truth. It's not, you know, it's nothing other than it's the truth. I've seen nothing shady out of that man at all. Nothing. I've seen only good from that guy. And that guy stands, and you too, Marv and Paula and Jinx, you guys are literally like what a true crime victims advocate should be.
Did you drop the link in the chat for Randy?
I should have dropped the link in the chat for Randy. Did I drop the link, Randy? Yes, I did.
I texted it to Randy as well, and I did put it in the Discord.
Okay.
Randy, you want to come up, buddy? Earlier, he said he was just going to sit there. He was a little tired.
Oh, that's fine if he doesn't want to come up. We'll do another live here that he can come up on. But
well, if you guys missed it earlier, Randy did
have some.
Live, and he did put his sign up that we had gifted him, like we got Marv, and he was showing it off. How cute is that?
I was gonna say I did get a sign also. I am
You
so
did?
thankful. I appreciate it so much.
Okay,
It's
excellent.
It's got comments written on the back, and then tomorrow I will put a picture on the community page and the Facebook page and Discord and all that.
Okay, looks like we got Frosty joining us too. He was there.
Oh, yes.
Hi, how are you?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I think I'm good. How are you guys? The other ones.
Marv, are you Marv's leaving in the morning, I think he said, right?
Yes, I'll be leaving by 9 Indiana time.
Okay. You got a few more hours.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I don't have a camera yet I just built this computer up here. I don't have a camera yet. I'm just kind of getting everything situated still. But
oh, you're cool,
all
dude.
Right.
Yeah, if you need help trying to figure all that stuff out, dude, let us know.
I've got everything basically but the camera. I need a second monitor, and then I need a camera.
A webcam?
Yeah, I just got to find a camera to put on top of mount, because I used to go on a laptop, but with the computer, I built this on my own, so I didn't think about having a fucking camera. I need I need one more screen, and I need a camera, and I'm good to go.
I got you, man. All right. And see, that's the kind of stuff that really helps when you're trying to do this kind of stuff. But dude, we appreciate you being there. So if I recall right, I was listening to you in one of the videos. I don't know if you weren't talking directly to us, but you said like this was your first one that you had been able to attend. As far as, was it Delphi?
For Delphi, for Delphi, yeah. I think we did the Flora one back in November. I think it was like November 19th. I think it was, or something like that. This was the first Delphi one, and I'm totally beyond honored to be a part. If this is the biggest Delphi one, I have no words for that.
It
is the biggest. The last one that we had about 34 people, I think. and that was in February 2021. Or no, not February. The summer one, wasn't it, Marv? The April
Yeah, but
2021.
last year was about last year's walk was a good size too, but I don't think we hit 45.
No, that was pretty good. That's a lot of
Was
people.
45 the official number, or was that just a?
No, 45 I believe was the official number.
That doesn't like if like that doesn't sound like a, but whenever you're out there, that's a lot of people. That's a
Yeah.
lot of people.
Well, I mean, you guys filled up that whole Freedom Bridge Plaza circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, easily. You guys were spread out amongst
I
it.
thought I counted 45 cars.
Wow, dude.
I thought that Jesus,
wow.
man, that's a lot of people, dude.
And you know what? People
Yeah.
might not have been counting the little children that were there. I know that I seen a couple babies that looked like maybe. Was there someone pushing a baby in a stroller?
Yeah, there were.
Yeah, there's.
Okay.
I don't know if babies were counted or not. So yeah,
And
there's a
we
couple
have a
of young
dog.
You gotta
And
count the
for-
dog. I count the
for
dogs. I
drunk.
don't know about
Yeah.
you guys. I do. I do.
Wow, man. So, okay. So what was your experience like, meeting all these other people, Frosty? Have you, all these other people that you've never seen before?
Dude, I tell you, it was surreal because I had people coming up to me saying, "Hey, I know who you are," and I'm like, "Really?
Yeah.
Me? Like, I don't. It's so surreal. Like, I have never had that happen before. Usually, when I meet up with other people, from like this kind of like doing the videos and stuff, I kind of know who they are beforehand. But I had people coming up to me, and they're like, "Frosty, I watch all your stuff." I'm like, that is the most humbling thing. Like, I'm just some guy with a camera who happens to have internet at my house. Like, like I would have never ever thought of that being so humbling, but it is.
It's really neat, dude, to see all this stuff, because the people that were watching you guys, they could see you and they were like, "Oh, hey, there's this person or there's that person." And it's almost like you guys are recognized as, I don't want to say it's celebrities, but it's kind of like a miniature version. It's a YouTube celebrity is what we
Right.
are, like
Right.
you become a public figure to these people and they really enjoy seeing you. And when they meet you, they really feel honored. And that's why it's always good to leave a great
weird,
impression.
Yeah. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, it was really nice to see how many people like traveled from other states to come in. But it was so amazing to see how many locals
Yes.
who came out as a community member to support Abby and Libby and justice for them. It was just,
and these are just people that just showed up that don't communicate in chats and stuff like that. People that showed up.
There was a few.
Yes, sir.
There's people out there that came up to me and said, "I'm a lurker, but I am so happy to meet you."
Yes, that was
That's
so cool.
That is
And
nice.
I do want to tell everybody that one highlight we had from the Delphi walk, and Jinx, Frosty, I don't know if you know this, but one of Abby and Libby's teachers were there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That
Yes.
was pretty cool. I saw that.
I can't remember his name, but he had the red hair and the Purdue. It was like a Purdue
Yes.
hockey jersey, or it was a unique Purdue jersey he had on.
Yes. And I thought that was so honoring to them for him.
He was low
to be-
profile too. Yeah, he did.
For him to be there with us.
Yeah.
And that's good. He was low profile too, and that's I like it when people are low profile like that, because if not, then they'll be flooded with questions, and it's not a place to really do that to people.
No,
They just
not at
want to
all.
be there. They want to be there, and they want to do the same thing that y'all are doing, and congregate with people and stuff. And that's really interesting. So that means that whoever that is has been watching all this on social media somehow, whether it's yours, Randy's, somebody's channel.
Yeah.
I did get to ask him. Oh, go ahead, Jinx.
Oh, I was just going to say it was so cool. Like, we were saying that there were people that were longtime lurkers that came out to support this, that have never spoken out. But it was so beautiful that they felt so comfortable. And we everybody was so friendly. And it was just such a good vibe out there that day. Like, there was nothing but positivity. It was amazing. I'm so sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
I was just going to say that with that gentleman, I asked him, I said, is it strange knowing you knew the girls? You saw the girls on a daily basis. Is it strange knowing that all of us come here to support the girls, but we feel like there are girls too and we love them and want justice for them? And he said it is surreal to know that they've reached so many people and that so many people come to their town now and to that area to learn about the girls, support the girls, and love the girls.
Yeah. And people
Yeah,
that don't
and like
even
I said,
know.
yeah,
Mhm.
like I said, the fact that there was other people out there who, follow it, but they don't really like talk and, like a lot of us do, especially me. We all know I'm a big talker, so I'm always up in chat. But it was just really nice, There was the one lady and her husband, and then there was another really sweet. I just want to tell you guys, everybody, and there was so many names, and I remember them. I just want to honor everything and just remember that it's about the girls, and that's why we were there, and it was beautiful.
I mean, we got people watching from Australia tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really
Not
cool.
not Joe Lewis, right?
No.
Bite your tongue, sir.
Joe
Bite your
Lewis, the
tongue.
14th.
But I guess if I
And
have
it's
to wrap,
Joey.
yeah, if I have to wrap up the whole weekend, I would have to say the individuals that have not seen the memorial walks from Beyond the Evidence or True Crime Investigates, you need to share these videos out there with all the Facebook groups, on Twitter or X or wherever you can, because the advantage point that they are going to get from these videos from this weekend with the live drone coverage is something that's never ever been done. Do you realize that all of you got live drone coverage, commentary from Anthony, and live reports, boots on the ground for me, all in one shot?
And others like
and
Thomas,
and others, yes.
Jinx. I mean, Frank Meister was live. Who else was out there?
I don't know if you guys heard this. This might be the first. We got ran off by Ryan Logan yesterday.
Yes.
So he caught you?
I have never ever. He had given me permission months ago, and then like yesterday he pulled up shitty about it. And like I'm not gonna. Like, there was like 50 people down there at one point. I'm not gonna complain. I can't put myself in that. I've never owned that kind of shit. But yeah, he came out yelling at us.
No, wait. So where did you get caught at?
I got caught. I mean, he walked up on the he was hiding. We couldn't see him, but he yelled down, and I was looking up, and it was like, where the fuck? Like, where is this guy? I don't see him, but he was yelling from just at the top of the hill there, and he asked what we were doing down there and stuff, But I've been down there so many times, I've never had any issue, but I don't know what happened. But he walked down. He walked over there. He was not happy, so we left.
Well, hey, you know what? It's rightfully so. I mean,
I get it.
I get it too. But you know what? At least you guys were respectful. We have it. He probably saw it on the live feed and was like,
maybe that. Yeah, that was my first thought. I'm like,
that might be.
but we were on our way out anyway. But as we were kind of heading out, he walked over. He's like, "Hey, get out of here." I'm like, "All right." Me and Coach Kev were like, "Hey, we're leaving," and we walked away. But
well, I don't think there's anything discreet about 45 people.
No, we're
hiding in the woods.
The big group went out before me and Kev did. There was like a group of like 20, 30 people going out, and then me and Kev were talking at the bridge, and then we went out a little bit. And whenever we got there, they were leaving. So it was more like he caught a group of like 7 or 8 people.
Right.
I don't know if there's like I don't know what's going, but it is what I get it. I can't. I'm not going to complain about it because I get it.
Well,
like,
okay, here's the difference for us, T. The majority of us that went in the first group were all women.
Maybe
the majority of you and your group were men.
Probably.
And I think he left us women alone and then said, nope.
Waiting for the herd of buffalo and men.
Yeah. Next thing you know, they're going to be out there doing some rituals. Who knows? You know?
Oh Lord have mercy.
Well, I learned, I have no reason to go back down there. I've seen everything I need, I wanted to see, but
Yeah.
I understand. I actually no, I don't understand. I will never know owning, that kind of property where it's garnered that much attention, so I'm not gonna.
Well, you know what, dude? In all fairness, I get it. I totally get exactly what you're saying to a T, because when Ron Logan went to jail, right? And Ryan was at his court hearings, and I saw Ryan and stuff. Well, I watched Ryan left, and I knew no one was home, so I figured, well, I'm just gonna go over there and go snooping through the woods, right?
Right.
And then I went to him after he got out of jail, and I went right to his house, knocked on his door, shook his hand. I said, look, man, I'm the guy that's been up there filming you. My name is Anthony, and I've been on your property trespassing, and I was going to go down there today, but today I wanted to ask for permission. But dude, I needed to go. I needed to see it. And I told him why. I said, I've been on this, and I needed to see that area at least 1 or 2 times and get some video footage of it. I'm sorry, but I had to. I just needed to for myself. And
Right.
he was understanding.
It changes everything once you see it, doesn't it?
It does.
Uh-huh.
It takes you to a whole another level of respect. And especially if you were to go down that hill and walk that area and then go over the creek, you're like, oh man, dude.
And it ain't easy. It wasn't
Not
easy.
easy.
Nope.
Oh, it's not easy. I don't think I'll be going down there again.
No, I've seen.
I'm hurt.
That was my 4th or 5th time down there. I have no reason to go back down there, but it's like I had no idea that he really cared, but yeah, he definitely did. I think that I'm assuming it was him. I don't know.
I'm assuming it was too.
I couldn't see. Were you with us when we got yelled at?
No, we had already gone back up.
Okay, there was like Coach Kev was with us for sure, but we couldn't see him. I was like, "Fuck, where's that guy coming from?" But we just said, "Hey, we're leaving."
We're out of here, dude. Just got lost.
You hear a voice, but you don't see him. I was looking all over, like I know that area well, but I couldn't see him. I was like, "Shit."
Mommy Wolverine said you saved her life.
Yeah, whatever. She slid down like 3 feet. She's exaggerating.
3 feet.
She's exaggerating.
You are a hero.
I do have to tell everybody that may have slipped or fallen.
It's easy to do. There's nothing. Once you get to the like where the ravine is going like down into the creek, you have nothing to grab onto.
Right, but I'm just saying, like Anthony said before, a lot of people were worried about, oh my God, talking about me, because I live streamed it all the way down there. Did you get that on camera? And I said, no, I didn't get it on camera. Someone got it on camera, but I didn't.
Of Ryan yelling at us?
No, of people falling.
No. Indie Archive got me falling last year in the snow, but other than that, I don't think anybody's gotten anything.
He got it all yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of it.
It's going in a blooper reel segment.
Dude. I crab walked the damn thing yesterday.
Did anybody cross over to yesterday and go onto the bridge itself?
No.
Hell no. It's too hard now. I would never have done it anyway.
I did it. Come on, guys. If I was there, I'd have done it for you guys.
Yeah, I couldn't. The first time I went to the bridge was in 2020, and I froze on the first little plat. My brother crossed it, and I said, "You're fucking crazy," and I backed out, and I said, "No way."
It's a little scary at first, isn't it, dude?
The whole time, even now, I get kind of sketched out with the railing and all that. Like I can't do heights, man. I never have been able to. I've tried, I can't.
Was there anybody that was there yesterday that absolutely just did not want to step out onto that bridge at all, even regardless of the rail?
No, I think everybody kind of stepped. The new setup they've got makes it easier to walk out on, but beforehand, you know how it was. Even on the first. Even on the first railroad tie, there was a good, 3 or 4 foot gap there.
Oh yeah. We see that in the video footage.
Oh yeah.
And then you were at Flora, or you were at Crown Hill today, right?
Yeah, I was.
Okay,
I think all of us were.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about Flora. So you guys did that Flora Memorial Walk last year. I can't remember when that was. When was that?
November, and it was November 19th.
For the 7-year anniversary.
Yeah, huh?
Okay. And then, so we're here. What brought us together this time? So why this time? Why this date? Is there a reason?
I asked that all 3 memorial walks be done in one weekend so that I could attend all 3 of them.
And they accommodated to all that, and everybody
They
showed up.
really
Yes,
did, man. Like
they
that.
did.
That
We
was
we
cool.
it was okay, we're going to do Delphi on Saturday and Flora on Sunday. And then I'm like, okay, why don't we throw Tabitha's in there on Friday evening? And everybody's like, yeah. So we did.
And I love Tabitha. Mark is so. I don't know if he's in chat, but
Oh,
Mark
I
is
know. He is just the
awesome. I love
sweetest.
that
I
dude.
love Mark.
Isn't he? Like, I mean, that mess. Part of that message was to him that I made, man, because he is just an amazing
One
guy.
of the coolest dudes you'll ever meet. You can talk to him about anything.
Anything. I mean,
Literally.
I went bowling with the guy for
Really?
me and him went bowling together. We were on a bowling team.
No
Uh,
shit.
yeah, for Michael Coates, which is down in Muncie.
Yes.
You know, Don Morris Mullis, his daughter's also missing out of Muncie. But
I
yeah,
said,
we went there to support that, and we bowled together.
He is in chat. Look at that
yes,
right
he
there.
is.
Dude, you're the yeah, I love that guy.
There he is.
Love talking to that
Hi,
guy.
Mark.
Yeah, I like talking to that guy. I don't like bowling against that guy.
Yeah.
But
Dude, I'm terrible at bowling. I have to have a kid's ball to do any good.
I thought the Flora walk was simple,
It was simple, it was to the
sweet,
point. It was
and beautiful.
yeah.
you guys
And
are
as
at a
tired as
very
we were, we appreciated the short walk, but we did honor the girls. That's for sure. Got new flowers in the vases, got them spicked up, looking good. It was
Yep.
a beautiful time.
We
It was
saw that
wonderful.
too, and you guys were down there in Indianapolis. So Frosty, are you from Indy?
So I actually grew up in Martinsville, Indiana. I don't know if you guys
Okay.
know where that is.
Well, of course, dude. I've been there several. I used to live in Martinsville a couple years ago.
Really?
Yeah,
No way.
off
Yeah.
Ohio Street. Yeah.
Really? Okay, no shit. Okay, so I grew up there. I mean, I'm not from there originally. I was born in Greenwood, and then we moved to Martinsville when I was like 3 or 4, and then I lived there until I was 23, and then I moved to Speedway, Indiana, and then my ex-girlfriend convinced me to move down to Bloomington, Indiana, and that's where I am now. I really wanted to do something for Lauren this year. I think we still will. I don't. Her anniversary is on a Monday, so that's gonna be tough. If we don't do it this year, it'll definitely be next year. But they do a thing for her every
Mhm.
June 3rd, and not many people show up for it because a lot of Bloomington population is college students, and they cycle through people, and things get lost, and a lot of people don't even know about it. But that's where I'm at now. I'm on the north side of
Okay.
Bloomington, Indiana, right
I
now.
gotcha, dude. So yeah, so I'm very familiar with that area because I lived down there for quite a while actually, in recent years. So I'm very familiar with Brown County, Monroe County, and stuff like that. And might want to tie in. I would suggest tying in Hannah Wilson to Lauren Spear.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
maybe
I've heard of
doing
that.
like a weekend for that because she came up missing. She was actually at the same bar the night she ended up murdered.
Sports bar.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, so I used to go out and clean up her memorial. It's right there at Lake Lemon. I think
Hey,
that'd be a good
Anthony,
thing to focus on those. Yes, Marv.
I'm going to leave here for a minute and then come back in. I just need to reset the phone.
Okay, you're good. We'll stay.
All right.
Isn't Martinsville the headquarters of the Klan? No, I don't think it is.
Dude, ironically,
Is
the
it?
Ku Klux Klan left a note on my doorstep saying, "We want you to join in
And when you
Martinsville."
were in Martinsville, I know there's a bunch of racist people there. I've never had any kind of experience. Me personally, growing up in Martinsville, I never heard anything. There was quite a few black people in my graduating class.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't think it's like that anymore. I know it used to be really, really racist. There are racist people there. That's just how it is everywhere. But right now, I would say no.
Right.
I don't know how you got. I mean, I lived there for 20 some years. I know
Yeah.
the history of it, but You know, as much as I hate that place is a terrible place to live. I would never move back there. It was so boring. But
Morgan
I don't
County.
think there's though, like, and you know, I grew up, you know, whenever I was in high school and stuff, like they did a Discovery ID documentary on Martinsville with the encyclopedia lady. I don't know if you guys know that one. I can't remember her name, but the lady who was selling encyclopedias, she was black and she got killed in Martinsville.
Oh yes, I do know that case, dude.
I can't remember her name. It was Carol Jenkins. That's what it was.
Carol Jenkins. There you go. Yep.
Yeah, look that up.
I have actually. I know a dude whose uncle was a suspect in that.
Really?
Yeah, he was my neighbor. Yeah, it happened actually just down the road from where I was living.
Yeah, it was on Morgan Street.
Yeah,
I think it was. And they're building a statue of her. I think that was 4 or 5 years ago. I heard they were doing that. I don't know if they've done it yet. I don't have any ties there anymore. Everybody I was tied to moved out. I still have friends there, but there's racist people everywhere. Unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is.
You're right.
But I wouldn't. You know, Martinsville's kind of going away because of the highway. They're gutting so much shit, but it used to be very racist. There's no denying that.
You're right.
Well,
what?
Fun fact, you guys: Pulaski, Tennessee, is where the birthplace of the Ku Klux Klan was actually formed.
Yeah, I thought it was Tennessee somewhere. I didn't know
that in there. Indiana.
Oh, interesting. They're just their main place, I guess, is somewhere now in Elwood, I think. Let's take a look at. So we were talking about something, and someone sent me a message on Facebook and says, "Can you go more into detail about Lauren and Hannah?" And actually, I have a video that I made. It's 3 minutes long. It'll give me time to go grab a drink real quick. Let's check this out, and we'll be right back. But I want to highlight what Frosty and I were just talking about.
Okay.
7835, code 6, 105 North Avenue, 52.
Coming up right now. Anthony Greeno travels to Bloomington.
Today, we're going to investigate the murder of Hannah Wilson and the disappearance of Lauren Spear, both Indiana University students who went out for a night on the town at Kilroy's. One brutally murdered and the other no one can find. Are these cases connected? This is our person of interest, Daniel Messel. In April 2015, 22-year-old Hannah Wilson was out partying with some friends at this popular sports bar. When her friends noticed she was too intoxicated to continue partying, they put her in a cab and sent her home. She was dropped off around 8th and Dunn Street in Bloomington, but she never made it inside. So what exactly happened to Hannah Wilson? Another person who was out that night was 50-year-old Daniel Messel. This is video surveillance footage from another bar not too far from the one Hannah and her friends were at. At approximately 11:30 p.m. on the night in question, Messel is seen leaving with a friend. After dropping his friend off at home, Messel is also caught on camera in his 2003 Kia, circling the area of Kilroy's. What happens next is bone-chilling by design. As Hannah is being put into the cab and driven home, a strange coincidence. There is that 2003 Kia following the cab. It's Dan Messel. Prosecutors allege Messel stalked Wilson, and at the moment she was alone, he struck. Messel abducted Hannah and attempted to drive her to a secluded location just outside the city. At some point, Hannah became coherent enough to fight back. Messel then knocked her unconscious and drug Hannah across the driver's side portion of the car in an attempt to rape her. Due to her resistance, Messel became enraged and grabbed his heavy-duty mag flashlight, striking Hannah in the head 4 to 5 times. At some point, he realized that Hannah was dead. He left her body on the side of the road in an abandoned lot alongside Plum Creek near State Road 45, about 18 miles northeast of Bloomington. But in Hannah's final moments, she managed to gain the most vital piece of evidence that would lead to the arrest of her killer. When cops discovered Hannah's body, lying underneath her feet was a bright red cell phone. It belonged to Daniel Messel. Daniel failed to appear for work the day Hannah's body was found at a local printing company. When police met with Messel at his father's home, he had scratches on his forearms and was carrying a bag, his clothes, with Hannah's DNA. This is the same outfit Messel was seen wearing earlier in the evening at the trivia bar.
A search was conducted of his vehicle, and blood spatter and hair was found near the center console. It was all Hannah's. Dan Messel was arrested on site and in 2016 was convicted of murder. But it doesn't stop there. After his arrest, several other IU girls came forward with allegations of being harassed and sexually assaulted. They all pointed the finger at the same man. Messel was also charged and convicted of being a habitual offender and sentenced to an additional 15 years. Due to the violent nature of his crime, he will have to serve 80% of his 105-year sentence in the Indiana Department of Corrections. But let's backtrack to before the incident with Hannah Wilson. It's July 2011 when Lauren Spear was also out drinking at Kilroy's. She was last seen with a friend, Corey Rossman. Corey has claimed no involvement with Lauren's disappearance and has since lawyered up and refuses to talk to the media. But if the last person to see Lauren really had nothing to do with her disappearance, then who did?
All right, there we are. So that's just a little bit on those two. It'd be interesting to see you cover that, really, man.
Well, and I think too that we need to include some more folks in these memorial walks.
Yes.
I think we need to get one going for Michael Coates, and I think we need to get one for Don's daughter Ashley too, because those are close together, so we could actually do a walk for both of them, couldn't we?
You know what we could really do, y'all, Marv? This needs to be an event like we did before. This needs to be in a location where there's a lot of people, a lot of exposure, like Indianapolis, like Bloomington.
That's what I was saying.
And take all these people, because we did that March for Justice in Lafayette, right? And we need to find a place where there's something going on, like a festival, and throw these people all together at that location, like we did in Kokomo when we kind of hijacked the Apple Blossom Festival, right?
Right.
And we took over that kind of in that one little section. If we took all these people down to Bloomington this summer, right, and everybody, Don Morris, Michael Coates, Abby and Libby's family, the Flora girls, Tabby, all those people like we did there, but move it down to Southern Indiana this time and just continue what we did last time, but move it into Bloomington.
Oh, yeah.
And Thomas can help because he's from
Absolutely.
the area, you know, and we have people in that area. Indie Archive can do the drone. Bloomington has great satellite and
then
GPS.
We can
for the drone.
include Angie Barlow and all of them.
And
I live
more.
4 or 5 blocks away from Kilroy Sports Bar. That's where Lauren was last seen. And you know what's crazy is
Her
Lauren's
house is right there. It's right around the
It is.
corner.
It's right over there. If I could probably look out my window, I can't see her house, but it's right there. It's so close to me, and so many people. And that is technically student housing. I guarantee you, the person who lives in her apartment has no idea.
Oh yeah.
No, none at all. I used to be an Uber driver down here in Bloomington. I would ask some of the college students, I go, hey, I would pick up drunk kids all the time, and I'd be like, hey, have you ever heard of the missing girl out of here? They're like, no, never. IU doesn't talk about it. Somebody has to talk about it. And if it has to be us, so be it. Like, it's so crazy.
Dude.
Like, it's such a safety thing. Like, it's a safety risk. If you're pushing safety at your campus, you have to talk about that. It sucks that it's tragic that she wasn't found, but you have to tell people to be careful,
Right.
Well, it also disturbs me because it's right next to the sheriff's department.
It
Like,
is
literally
absolutely.
right
It's
next
to the
door.
Justice Building.
Yes. The police
It's
are there.
so-
I mean, there's cameras everywhere. I've just been there, and just like you said, Thomas, dude, when I walked into at the time it was Smallwood. I think it's changed names now.
It's what the hell is it called now? I can't remember the name. It's changed. It's Smallwood Plaza, still etched in concrete, but I can't remember what it's called now. I think it's called the Avenue or something like that.
The Avenue, that's it. So I
Is that
walked
it?
in there, man, and I walked up to the desk and I says, hey, can I come in here and I can film a couple things, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, for what? And they're like, we have to get the manager. And the manager came out and I was like, oh, I want to film about Lauren Spear. And she's like, well, isn't that kind of like outplayed? Like, isn't that
What?
kind of old? I'm
What?
like,
Played.
and I'm like, outplayed, ma'am. I'm
What
like,
the
excuse me,
fuck?
this girl is still missing and she has a family out there. I think outplayed would be a poor choice of words. And she's like, well, yeah, we don't really want people to be scared here, and we think that video footage like that might deter
That's
people.
the whole
And I'm like,
attitude.
dude, that's the point, man. Someone went missing in your apartment complex, and you don't want to tell anybody about it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I think. That's part of why they changed the name.
Yeah, because it's just Smallwood Apartments. When people hear that or they look it
It's
up,
still,
it turns
I
out
mean,
more
granted, it's
insecure.
still etched in the stone and shit, but they've put like colorful signs to say that it's very you have to look for the Smallwood sign at this point.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And this is an opportunity. If we could plan something for like maybe like later on this year, guys. If
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know, Mark, or what you're doing, maybe sometime we did the March for Justice in August. I know last time.
Yes, but please put it indoors this time because last time we died with that heat.
Oh man, it's not India. Okay, yes, you're right. We're in southern Indiana too. So okay, listen, we can find a place, but you guys have to march outside.
That's fine, but let's have all the
I think I just heard Paula say, no, it's cool outside.
let's have all the booths and stuff inside this time.
Yeah, are you talking about Bloomington? There's a convention center
Yes.
not far.
Yes.
Nobody uses that really. I mean, there's going to be plenty of room for that. We can find a place. There's no problem with that.
We can find a place, and I can help you guys get established with the legal process. Remember how we had to get the insurance and stuff last time, Marv?
But if you do it inside like a convention center, we don't have to do the individual insurance, I believe,
Correct.
because it'll all be in the fee for that, which
Correct.
we talked about last time, you know, decreasing the amount that we spent, you know, by getting it in a convention center would be better.
Exactly. And then we can design different things like we did last time to where like we can just set up that website like a merch store online to where people can buy shirts from that, and then it'll be shipped directly to them from the merch site. It doesn't come to us. Or if you have the people that make those merch shirts for you,
Yeah.
they can make those things, and that can help raise funds too, you know?
Yes.
So I think that would be a good idea, is to continue this, because what I saw this weekend was brilliant. And I think that it all brings it to a different perspective, and we are able to get more exposure on this.
I can't believe 2024 was the biggest one. That's so crazy to me.
I know.
And he's not even convicted yet.
He will, but I think he will be. I'm pretty sure you guys agree. He's going to be convicted.
He's going to be convicted.
There's going to be something that comes out in court. I can guarantee you that's going to be like, oh shit, hey, these people are going to be like, well, I was defending a child murderer. I have to. They'll either, whatever. But I'm not gonna get into that. I have a lot of feelings about that.
Well, that's why this weekend we took back the hashtag justice.
They've got the
for
fucking
Abby
guy.
and Libby.
I'm so it's so infuriating. That's why I've kind of backed off. It's so infuriating to see people. Hey, let's pay. Open your wallets. Let's help this guy out. He killed 2 children, guys.
Yeah. Imagine what $25,000. Okay, they asked for 40
so
something. Imagine what $25,000 could have done for that event that we just for this weekend that we just
right, or the ballpark.
Yeah.
Right.
You're gonna give it to
that. We could have built a small park with that money. Literally.
I'm telling you guys, we're gonna do a YouTube. We're gonna do a YouTube baseball. We're going to do a YouTube softball game. All the YouTubers are going to come out to do a softball game. We're going to raise more than that.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Oh, I'm game, dude. I'm game, dude.
I am terrible at baseball, but I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm game, dude. We can have a co-ed YouTube softball. You know what I mean?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh, shit.
We'll have 3 teams. We'll have the Allenites, the Loganites, and the Bozolites.
Oh, my God.
Lord have mercy. Oh,
as long as Doug Carter throws the first pitch.
Okay, that's fine. We'll get Doug Carter to throw the first pitch.
Okay, so if we're gonna do this, if we're gonna do this baseball thing, we have to have it at the Abby and Libby Park.
I've already. Hey, don't worry. We talked to Becky yesterday. We kind of brought it up as a joke, but she said she'd be cool with it. I'm fine with it. We'll do it. I will absolutely.
I'm allowed. I'll be there. I just want to umpire.
What?
I want to umpire then. I ain't running. Y'all are crazy.
Only if I can play that video.
Paula says she'll be
No,
the announcer. Jinx can be the umpire.
Yeah.
I think Randy would be a good umpire, but if you want to do it, go ahead.
Me
Randy's the
too.
most fair. Randy don't take no crap, dude.
See?
Yeah, you honestly,
Exactly.
Randy would be the most fair.
All right, so Randy
Yeah.
will be the umpire. Jinx and Paula can be the announcers.
We need a coach.
Oh, help me keep score,
I
Paula.
want
We can be
Kev.
the
I want Kev
scorekeepers
on my
and the
team. I
announcers
don't know.
together.
I think
Coach
Kev's-
Kev needs to be a coach.
Jinx and I can do it all.
I don't know. I kind of want.
Right? That's awesome.
Oh my
That's
God.
Oh, you know
actually
what,
really
dude?
fun.
This is actually a funny. This is funny but serious too, because this can happen. It literally
Yes,
can
it
happen.
could.
All we have to
Yes.
do is
So
set
much
it up and be like, all right, listen, everybody. This weekend we are going to be here. Who wants to play? And people
Right.
will come play. And I'm sure that people can bring friends and stuff like that. That in case there's not enough, there will be enough. But I'm sure there'll be enough. If 40 people showed up for that walk, that's enough people to play. All we need is 18.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do
That's
it.
so funny. Oh my lord.
Guys, that could raise money. Seriously.
It
I mean,
could.
what
That's
we
what I
could
was saying. I was like,
you
hey,
could pay,
people-
everybody pay $20 to play and take that money and we'll give it right back to them, to the
Yep.
ballpark for letting us do it. You know, we could have a band show up and play. That's what that park is for. Why not utilize it for exactly what it is, especially if they convict that guy and we have a sentencing.
Hard.
Oh my God. I'm gonna be.
Could you
menace if he
imagine?
gets convicted.
We'll holler at Ruckus, be like, "You need to dust off your guitar, buddy."
We were just playing. That's so funny. Me and Ruckus just got off. Me and Ruckus played World of Warcraft together. We just got off together. We were talking. He was talking about playing guitar. I learned a lot about him today.
Really?
Hey,
So was Ruckus at these events today?
No,
No.
we were playing
No.
World of Warcraft. No,
Oh.
I got home and me and Ruckus played World of Warcraft together, and he got me to fucking play. So I was sitting here talking to him. We were doing stuff together, and we started talking on the voice chat, and he was talking about playing all these instruments and stuff.
Yeah.
My
Nice.
light just started flickering when we were talking about that.
Ruckus? Okay, okay, what the fuck is he doing?
I hope you haven't seen room 1408.
He's a hacker. He hacked into your. He
Ruckus
hacked
is
into your
hacking.
lab. He hacked into your lamp. Oh my god! I'm gonna text him and be like, "You're hacking lamps."
Oh, Mark says he plays bass, so we can have a Mark, Frosty, and Ruckus show.
I don't
There you
play.
go.
I don't play musical. I am not. If there's anything I am, it's not a musician. I promise you that.
Hey, Noe plays music.
I
No.
know. Oh good God.
Oh, you better stop it right now.
Oh, shut up, dude.
Stop right
Oh,
now,
don't
sir.
even.
Lord
Oh,
have
Tech-
mercy. I'm
Tech
not opening
Death
that
can
can.
definitely help us put on a show.
Tech Death Hippie can play for sure. Can play.
Yep.
I've heard the music already, so I know. There it is. We've got a whole band. Everybody rescue all the dogs, man. The dogs can come.
Lucy can play drums. Lucy the dog can play drums for everybody. You know, Snoopy could. Why can't Lucy?
Lucy's a hit today.
I know. She's so
Noe plays soccer. I feel like I could learn a lot from Noe when it comes to soccer, but if he could get off the bullshit, you know.
I know. Come back to reality here.
Come
Let's go
back to reality. Teach us how to play soccer.
Yes.
Tornado Dorothy. I can play a mean air guitar too.
Oh, dude, I do it all the time on live streams.
I can't even do that. I'm not a musician, like a musical. Nah.
Yeah. Andrea's got drums. So.
I tell you what, everybody else play the music and I'll make a music video out of it.
There you go.
All right.
But
Well, I'm
I
going to pop
think-
off here. It is almost 11 o'clock my time, so I am
Alright.
wore out. I want to
Yeah.
thank you guys. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, everybody in chat. Thank you, everybody listening who also showed up. But thank you to the people who sat through the live streams, watched the feed, and the greatest thank you of all to everyone who shares this content out. Help us bring awareness. Please share.
Take
Sharing
the
is caring.
hashtag back.
Let's go. Take that. Yes. take back the hashtag justice for Abby and Libby. Please. We appreciate it so much. That's who this is about. It's about the girls. So let's bring it back home to the girls.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I love you guys and I love everybody in chat, and I will see you very soon.
All
All
right.
right.
dude.
Thanks,
Thank you very
Jinx.
much.
Thank you for sending me the link here. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I
dude. Hey, my
know.
channel's
I don't
always
pay
open.
attention. I had no clue.
Y'all share, please. Sharing is caring. All right.
Yep.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye,
Bye, dude.
Jinx.
Yeah, man, my channel's always open, panel brother. So like anytime I'm live,
Really?
anybody's welcome to call in anytime.
Okay.
It's always welcome.
See, I don't
Yep.
pay attention as much. I as soon as I got off the game with Ruckus, I looked at my phone and she was sharing a thing, and I was like, "What is that?" And I thought it was to Randy's, and I got on here. I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Hell yeah, man. Dude, you don't know how much that we really appreciated like watching you guys there and seeing you guys, because in the intro video I made for the events, I was like, there might be some familiar faces other than Marv and these people. And just to see you guys there, it is like watching different celebrity type people, in the true crime community all together at one. It's like,
oh goodness,
real
I hope
time.
I would never want to be seen as that, but if that, it was cool. It was humbling to have people come up to me and be like, "Hey, I know who you are," and I just didn't know what to say. Like that was the first time that's happened to me. And this, I started after he got arrested. I don't know why, because I went out there in 2020, and that was before the reconstruction and the paving happened, and I don't know if it was because I was in college then, and I don't know if I was just bored or whatever, and I just started filming the stuff, and that's kind of, I'm nobody special. I have I have a phone like everybody else does, and I have
Right.
internet, and I'm nobody special. So, but it's really
Same.
humbling to have people come up and say, "Hey, I know you."
It is.
And if people ask me to sign their shirts, I'm like, "Are you serious right now?" Because we gave out the shirts the other day.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was a really cool thing too, that you guys were giving out shirts. Explain more about those shirts, please.
I don't even know a ton about it. I know
I
that
do.
there was some bad energy going around with the Flora fundraiser and all that, and I was working with Randy and Jinx and Kathy, and they're like, we're not gonna do a fundraiser for shirts. We're just gonna pay it out of our pocket and we're gonna give it away. And I didn't even that was all I heard, and then that was months ago, and then I show up yesterday and they're handing out shirts. I'm like, shit, you guys really did it.
So that was Jinx and
Kathy, I had nothing to
Glendenning.
they
They
for it.
paid for those shirts. They created the design on the shirts.
Yep.
They paid for them and they handed them out.
They gave them away, and then
And by the end of yesterday, they were all gone.
Oh, Frank Meister was calling me. Hold on, I'll call him later. Whenever we're done here. But yeah, I don't know. I know Indie Archive made the Flora 4.
Yes.
That I was wearing it, and then Kev was wearing it.
Yeah, I got mine on.
You do, yeah. Indie Archive made those, which was really cool.
So we had they had Flora 4 sweatshirts, and they had the Memorial Walk weekend shirt that Kathy created, and they handed them all of the shirts that they had for both were handed out.
They have some left over. I'm not sure.
No, they handed them all out. There was
Really?
none
They all
left
went
today.
out? Oh man, that's crazy. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I had no idea. But that I got mine. I was really, really shocked by that. That was really cool to see that people were, everyone, we were kind of like, hey, they're like, we're not making any money off of this. This isn't a fundraiser. You don't have to pay. You show up, you get a shirt. That was really cool.
Yes. And we did have yesterday, there were infants and babies, but there were kids there of all ages.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see the kids 10, 11, 12, 13.
Coach Kev's girlfriend, her daughter was asking questions, like trying to learn about it's like who Abby and Libby were, and it was like, man, you were like 5 years old or 6 years old when this happened, and it's like, people are still learning about this.
And then on Friday night, I had another kid that was asking questions about Tabitha. It's nice to see them
Oh, man, that
getting
one.
into this and
Yeah.
learning and just help supporting, and the views that they have at that age on the case are amazing.
Yeah, some of these, and we were with Coach Kev's. I would call her his stepdaughter or whatever. She kept asking her, "Are we in trouble? Did we do something wrong?" It's like,
Yeah.
how do you explain that to a kid? I'm like, no, we didn't really. We just kind of ended up over here. But she was asking about, is this the area where they were? And you just have to, people are, she was still learning about it. But
Yep.
you got somebody else in here.
Sterling, man, what's up, dude? Sterling, this is Thomas Frost. Have you guys met before?
Hello. I don't think I have. How you doing?
Hey, what's up? Is it Frosty? I call you Frosty.
Frosty. They call me Frosty now. I just whatever they're calling me, I put it. But Frosty's kind of stuck.
Frosty Sterling is my go-to guy if I need to debate on something, man. He brings me to a different. He's that guy where I'm like, Richard Allen's 100% guilty. He's like, okay, now prove it to me, and I'm like, well, shut up, Sterling, and then I kick him off the stream. Okay.
I don't think. In my opinion, I think that is going to be, that's been under wraps for a while. I think the smoking gun has been under wraps. I don't think it's the bullet. I think you can take the bullet away and it won't even matter.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. At this point, I really do.
And first of all, hey Marv, and
Hi.
yeah,
Hi,
no, I've heard the name Frosty get tossed around in the community. So definitely drop your link to your channel. I guess you have one because I've never seen your content. I don't think
it's in the description below. I think it is. I think I put him in
there.
Okay. Hey, just before you get started, can you put up Mark's comment there?
Sure.
Because he's gonna leave.
Mark, there you go.
Gotta call it a day, folks. He's gotta go back to work. Thanks so much for all you do for Tabitha, Shuck Raines, Abby, and Libby, and the Flora 4 girls. Good night. Good night, Mark. We love you.
Yes, hey, sir. Later, Mark, man. Thank you for... I love that guy, dude. Oh, my God. You got to meet that guy.
So, but like, if I may, Frosty, so you said the smoking gun has basically yet to be revealed, and you believe that? Is that what you're saying?
I do, and that's my own opinion.
Why do you believe that?
I think there's something that's going to be electronically tied to him that they haven't talked about, because I was reading the original Frank's memo, and I think his car is going to come into play too, because a lot of people don't know this. They still have his car. They've had his car since November or October of 2022. And I'm not sure why they would still have it.
If it wasn't evidence.
Right. I understand it's technically, as far as I know, it's still an active investigation, but they said that a long time ago. I don't know where it's at now. But to have his car, if there's nothing in it, cars take up a lot of space.
They would have released it.
Yeah, it's a car, right? But still, it takes up space somewhere. I feel like they would have released it by now. And then looking at what they have said or what they haven't said, I remember reading through the original Frank's memo. They said there's no evidence tying Richard Allen from Libby's phone to the crime scene. I think Abby had a phone, and I think that is going to play a big role. But I could be totally wrong here.
I'm hearing the same thing, Frosty, that Abby did have a phone.
If you go back and you read the original articles, they said the girls' phones were dead, or the girls' phones, plural, were pinging all over. That's kind of why I think that.
Well, not only that, in the new documents, it says a phone other than Libby's.
That's true. Okay. You're right there. You got me there. That's true.
So I have a confession.
Uh-oh. Wait, hold on. Are you going to eat paper before you make it?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Good one, dude.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Okay, so back in the day, we know that there was a phone found at the area of the crime scene that I ended up with. And
Yes.
Right.
so I told everybody that I submitted that to law enforcement and didn't give it to, and they didn't have any interest in the phone. But that's not the case. They have that phone. Whether that's any phone connected to the case, I couldn't tell you. Don't think it is. It was found in 2019. It was buried in the area of the crime scene. It was an iPhone, and it still worked. So it takes me to the point where it's probably not associated with the crime scene, but law enforcement has that phone, and they actually looked at it. But what was interesting to me on it is whoever had that phone and was down there in that crime scene was a true crime fan, because they had a picture of two true crime YouTubers who were in their low teen or 20s, maybe 18, 19 years old, of two young guys. And it was a girl's phone. And the cops took that phone, and then they contacted me 2 months after that and asked me about that phone and where I had found it at and everything else. But I don't think it's connected to the case at all. I just found it very interesting about that, because I told someone that I was going to tell them more specifically about that phone, and I forgot to make a whole video about it.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's dig into that real quick. You said that, okay, it was an iPhone. It was 2019. You found it. You said it was buried.
It was partially buried into the ground. Yeah.
And you just happened to see it, like when you were out there making a video?
I didn't see it. Somebody else that was out there at the time saw it and said, "Hey, dude, there's a phone right here."
Well, didn't what the hell is his name? Stories from the Stone. Didn't his tripod flip over and lose his phone? Wouldn't it? Could it be his?
That was in the creek.
Oh,
he lost his phone in the creek.
Yeah, didn't his? Oh my God, he had a
year
tripod.
that I crossed the bridge. I was trying to get over the first set of gaps, and I was crawling, and he set his tripod on that platform, turned around to try to help me, and the wind took his tripod, phone, and everything, and in the creek it went.
Oh man, I would have jumped off and got it.
Never found the phone.
They did try to go down and get it, but
They
yeah.
never found any of that. They didn't even find the tripod.
They found a little small pieces, but not much.
The phone is still in that creek.
The
dude.
phone is still in the creek
somewhere.
Well, Doug Carter will have Keegan Klein come out there and point it out.
So hold on. So Greeno, you found the phone, you got it out of the ground, and you turned it on, and like, or you charged it.
It charged first, and then it turned on. Yeah.
And it didn't have a password, so you were just looking through it.
No, I couldn't get into it because it had a password, but I could see the unlock screen, right? And I did a live stream about it. It's on WKAT.
I've heard about this before.
Yeah, the WKAT YouTube channel. I did a live stream, and I showed it, and I was like, "Hey, man, look at this. This is what's on the screen. If anybody recognizes that, call me. Tell me, who you are." Or first I said, "I have this phone. Here's the lock screen, what it looks like. Now tell me what the phone looks like itself," because it was a specific color, right? It was a pink phone, and it had a design on the back. And I was like, if you can call me and tell me what's on this phone, then I'll know it's yours. And someone contacted me and said it was theirs, but they never actually came through.
Okay, so what were you saying? Like the lock screen had a photo of some true crime YouTubers? Like, how did you see that? What were you saying about that?
Yeah, so it had a photograph of two like young kids, and I looked them up, and they were like true crime YouTube guys. I can't remember exactly who they are, but
and that was like on their like home screen or the lock screen or something, or you?
Yeah, it was on the lock screen. It was a picture of these two dudes. That's why I thought it was two dudes' phones, but it was a pink phone.
Huh. Interesting. And who are these true crime YouTubers? You don't remember?
Yeah, I'm looking them up right now, dude, and seeing if I could find it on WKAT's website. I'm not sure who they are, but I can. If I've seen it, someone in the chat might actually know who they are, and then we might know it from there. But I can't remember right offhand exactly who they were.
And did you reach out to them?
Who? The YouTubers? Yeah, but they got such a big following, dude. There it is. Let me pull it up here. Let me zoom into this real quick, and I'll pull it up. I found it. It is.
Here's the Seinfeld little thing. Sorry, sir.
Seinfeld thing.
Yeah.
He does.
That's funny.
Here it is, everybody. So this is the picture that was on it right here. That picture.
Hold on.
Who is that?
Oh,
I don't remember.
I can't tell who that is.
I can't tell who they were, man. Somebody in my chat, I think in this video, told me who it was, but that's what I showed. I said, "This is the screen. This is what's on the screen." And does anybody know who this is? So that's
can you make it? Can you make it bigger? Sorry.
I can zoom into it. Let me see. Where are we at here? There it is.
Nope.
That's as big as I can get it, dude.
Yeah,
I don't. I don't know. I can't. They have gray hair. Is that gray hair?
No, they're young, dude. I can't remember exactly who they are. Yeah, they're young. They're young. I don't remember who they are.
Yeah, I can't
remember.
tell. My eyes are shot, even with contacts in. Believe me, I got terrible.
I got
know,
my
that's
glasses off right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I thought it was in here somewhere. It's in this video somewhere. I don't know where, but it's in that video somewhere.
Dr. Feelgood's High in Southern Indiana, Lawrence County Recreational Park for the Eclipse.
The Eclipse?
Wait, are you in my area?
Yes,
Lawrence
they are.
County,
It's actually
Lawrence County.
So he's in Lawrence County at Springville, where they're having that eclipse. So that's south of you. So that's down by Bedford.
I think so. Yeah. Bedford's in Lawrence County, or is that Mitchell? I don't know.
That's Mitchell and Bedford.
Mitchell,
yeah.
Spring
Mill. Yeah, that's it. You're right in the area. That's it. It's all right there. Just a little bit south of there. Yep. So they're having A-Bait of Indiana is sponsoring an event for the eclipse, which is happening tomorrow in Indiana.
I'm going to I live across the street from IU football stadium.
So dude, they're going to have an event. Yeah.
William Shatner's going to be there. I'm going to try to catch him. I doubt I will.
Dude.
He's fucking 93. I don't have many chances left.
Dude, is he really 93?
He's old, dude.
Dude, he does those space things and he talks about space and stuff. That's what he's going to be talking about there. Dude, if you get an opportunity to get in front of William Shatner, please do me a favor. Okay. I need you to hold your phone up and be like, "Sir, can you say subscribe to True Crime Investigates?"
I absolutely will. I'm totally gonna do it. I have no problem doing that.
William Shatner said this, everybody.
Dude, could you imagine? I've heard he's a bit of an asshole now. I mean, I get it. He's old. He's like 94, 95. But if I can get him to say anything, I'll get him. If I get him, I'll say, I'll get him to say whatever. But
you ask him to say something, he'll be like, "How about you eat a dick?"
Oh my God. Even if I get that on camera, that's fine. I'll whatever.
Oh, dude, that's TMZ worthy. That's TMZ worthy right there.
Yeah, that would be even better. That would be even better.
That would be better, wouldn't it? I can say, hey, William Shatner is actually an asshole. Breaking news, and I send it to whoever. TMZ.
Breaking news is final words.
But I'm sorry to go back to a couple of things here, like Frosty, when you said like they had his car, I didn't know that. So thanks for telling me. It was like
as far as I've never seen any record of it. I feel like if his car got returned, I feel like we would have heard that. But I'm hearing that they still have his car. I don't know. Again, I'm really in the grand scheme of all this, I'm a nobody. But I feel like if his car got returned, there'd be some kind of like paperwork we could track back to that. But I'm not seeing it. I've never heard that.
His defense team would probably be screaming it. They just gave him his car back. There was no evidence.
Yeah. Thank you. Perfect example. His defense team has not talked. If you look at the defense team's index, that I think they accidentally leaked to
Woodhouse. Yeah.
Yeah. The first thing on that index is the car, but they never talk about it.
And you had said, like, I think they'll have electronic evidence, and then you mentioned the car next. Are you saying that? And I forgot the name of the systems, like the computers in the cars. Like I know the newer models have these sophisticated, black box type situation where it can tell you all kinds of things about where you stopped and how long you were there and when the doors open. And are you suggesting that sort of thing?
I am. I know they use that evidence in Alec Murdaugh the Murdaugh case out of South Carolina. But I have the same kind of system. I think Richard Allen's Ford Focus was a 2016, if I'm not mistaken. I have a Mustang 2017. Has the same kind of system there, and every time I plug in my phone, it has all kinds of shit from it that I navigated to and all that. It's not necessarily the Bluetooth, but whenever you plug in your phone, it either does Apple CarPlay or it does what's the Android one is called Android Auto.
Yeah.
And whenever you plug in your phone, it saves a lot of shit from that. And I'm wondering, this is purely speculative. I'm wondering if Ford was able to extract some of that data, or if they extracted it from his phone or whatever, and say, hey, you were here at this time on this day. I think that's very likely, given the fact that I've not seen anything that they were really in the defense's frank motion. They were very focused on phone data and electronic data, but they don't mention his car, and I'm curious as to why. Because if I have a crime like that and I take their car, and if I'm a defense team and law enforcement has their car and nothing comes back, I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, I'm no professional, of course.
Sure. And as a professional myself, no, I'm kidding. What I would say though, but I would say if they had the smoking gun, I would say then why not put it in the PCA?
Don't have to put everything in the PCA.
They don't
Sterling.
have to put everything in the PCA. That maybe the smoking gun came later. I don't know. The PCA, they just have to have the bare minimum to get the arrest. That's just for the arrest. I'm not going to say the PCA is perfectly written, because it's not. But these people have never dealt with a case of this magnitude before either. But
I've seen PCAs with a lot less.
Really?
That's fair.
Yes.
That's fair.
Okay.
Me too. I've seen PCAs where they say someone said they committed this crime and that's it.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't go too much into detail.
Not all the evidence. I mean, all you need is just enough to get a search warrant or an arrest warrant.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have to put all the evidence in there that you have.
And I
that
understand.
is for trial.
Right. And I understand that, people are upset that, and people who don't agree with the forensic or I wouldn't call it ballistic, the forensic evidence of the bullet. I get if you think that might be subjective. I understand that. And I get where you're coming from. If you say it might be,
Junk
using
science.
that. But it's really, and in 2020 and 2024, 2022, he got arrested in 2022. It's not junk science. They
Not
use
anymore.
They use a electron scanning microscope, and that actually will measure the length of the marks on the bullet. Electron microscopes are very advanced. They're very expensive. That's what they use. But I get it. I'm not going to fault people for being upset, but also you can't ignore his confessions, isn't it? People want to ignore that, but you can't.
Well, okay. Well, one thing at a time. I hope you don't mind if I do this, Karina. But when you say that people might claim that it's subjective, when I looked into the alleged science behind it, subjective is the word that they use to describe it. It's not quantitative at all. There's no numbers, there's no computer program. Even if you have the best microscope, at the end of the day, they're eyeballing that shit.
Right.
No,
they're
not.
The problem is Indiana has precedence in this kind of evidence. They actually got a guy. I think it was his last name was Turner. Turner versus Indiana.
Okay, hang on.
Indiana versus Turner. Sorry, go ahead.
Hang on one sec. Andrea, I completely understand. I will be in touch with you tomorrow on the way home. Love you too, and get some sleep.
Chase Turner.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. They nabbed him on the same evidence without the gun. They have the gun for Richard Allen. That's going to be tough. That's going to be really tough. And Turner actually appealed his case, and he lost the appeal without the gun. Again, they have the gun.
Good
and
night, rescue all the dogs. Nice
Good night,
meeting
good
you
night.
too.
Yes, good night.
Greeno, it sounds like you kind of are familiar with what I'm talking about. But for the Turner case, they didn't have the firearm, and they found matching rounds at his house that had the same extraction marks from the extractor, and he lost an appeal on it. If you have the gun, I can't imagine that does anything but help their case.
Exactly.
That would be interesting to dig into a little bit more. Is that specific incident and kind of link it to this?
It's still out there. It's
I
Ruckus.
see it. I found it. I found it as soon as I looked it up. I found it. Yep.
Turner versus Indy. Ruckus did a video on it, but
okay, 1991.
And I get that there's precedent, but there's also precedent of people who were wrongly convicted over forensic evidence, ballistic evidence, and not even just extracted, but even bullets that were fired. Like that went completely through the gun and fired, and later on they were found to be innocent through DNA or something like that. So
right. And that does happen. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. It
doesn't mean that gun wasn't used.
But my thing is, like, you have to somehow the confessions we don't really know about. I know some people have said the confession to his wife the confession to his mother was very generic, but they haven't really talked about the confession to his wife. And the big thing for me is his daughter and his son-in-law aren't showing up for this stuff. And I feel like there's a reason for that. And again, I don't have any sort of special information. That's just me talking.
Well,
but I feel like there's a reason that his daughter and his son-in-law aren't really showing up to me.
And one of those reasons, it could be that they don't want the public scrutiny. That they don't want
That's
to be
fair
in the
too. Sure,
very good possibility. That's very good possibility.
That's a great possibility.
And it's when I hear people say, look, we can't discount his confessions. Right. Well, okay, but can we discount Elvis Fields' confession?
Yeah, because his confession doesn't line up with what the crime scene is. There are no horns on Abby, and there is
or
no
the evidence.
That is true. There are no horns on Abby.
Did they find any spit?
No.
Or saliva?
No.
Well, hang on.
And he's not there, dude. That's like asking somebody he's mentally challenged.
They only saw. Okay, so my thing is the only person the witnesses saw was one man. Betsy Blair aligned with it. The three witnesses aligned with it. I know he changed his time. Richard Allen did change his time. In the original statement, he said he was there from 1:30 to 3:30. And then
he said he left at 1:30.
Well, hold on. That's what he said, or that's what that Dan Doolin said that he said.
That's what's in the document. I mean,
and the documents are backed up by a recording of that interview, right? Like he found but last I heard he couldn't find that recording.
No. There is no recordings of that. That was just Richard
Allen. It's all written down.
Yeah, that's just one of those reports where he just showed up and he took a written report and that left.
And you guys got to realize, not every statement or deposition
has to be recorded.
Well, it can be done in a written format.
And Richard Allen's on record, or not on record technically, but the documented interviews of Richard Allen are him. He changed his time.
But his story in 2022, he's recorded.
Right. And he gave a different time. And Dan Doolin did record that first interview, from what I understand, and he couldn't come up with it. He couldn't find it. So again, and what I would say, I would go back to, like, when people say, oh, the witnesses only saw one person, I'm not sure that's true at all, because we have descriptions of a man in black. We have descriptions of
they all describe the same person, though, the man in black.
Right.
They saw the same guy.
Huh? Well, you said we only saw one guy.
No, they did. Both girls saw. No, those girls that said one saw a man in blue and one saw a man in black. They were both standing in the same
witness
spot.
Testimony is terrible.
Yeah,
and on either side of this case, witness testimony is terrible. You're going to need more than witness testimony in any case. In my opinion.
I thought. Good.
No, to say that part, I think that part can be excluded, though, Sterling, because you got two girls, you got three girls, right? We actually had four, but there's two of them that said one had a blue, one had a black jacket on, is what they said about him, right? The problem with trying to debunk that part of it is he said that he saw the same girls, and that he also said he was wearing a blue or black jacket. So that would make perfect sense that it is him. He saw him, and he was there at that exact time because he confirmed and they confirmed seeing the same guy. He even couldn't remember what they were wearing. So he just said one was a little bit taller, had darker hair, but he confirmed it. So he places himself there. So that's really not too much of a discrepancy if you think about it. It's like, you know what I mean? Because he confirmed it.
Well, you know, when we say like that, oh, the witness testimony only saw one person there, as if that's compelling evidence, and now we're saying, oh, we can go on witness testimony, and then you say the witnesses only saw one person. It wasn't just a black jacket that the girl said. She said black jacket, black pants, and black shoes. So, and then it could have been at the same time that somebody sees somebody over here, somebody sees somebody over here, and there were two different people. Not only that, but you know, Betsy Blair says that sketch they released is not at all the person she saw. So I think
that's what the defense said. Dude, did you see the defense was caught like bullshitting on everything recently? So it just came out. Dude, the defense team was lying about Odinism shit, asked Mitch Westerman to push an Odinism narrative, lied to people about it, lied to investigators about giving them to him willingly, lied about Turco's report. Turco came on the stand in a deposition and said that the defense team absolutely lied about what he said. And he said that there is no Odinistic symbols at that crime scene. And the only time that he said anything that there would be suggestive is when they asked him to speculate that they were runes. But he said that there isn't. So like everything the defense said, dude, has been, we just found out this week, that's a lie. It's all a lie. Every bit of it.
That's why they didn't interview him on their own. You know, these people that they were claiming that are, you know, they have lost recordings of, they're still alive to be re-interviewed. You know, if one of these guys is talking to Sleuth Intuition, you know, damn well they'll talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I like Sleuth. Sleuth's a cool dude, but if you're talking to YouTubers, you're gonna talk to anybody. As I see it, you know, that's how. And
we had the defense team or members of the defense team in here the other night on the live stream fishing for information. Michael Osbrook was in here, yeah, fishing for.
No shit.
Yeah. So
he's down where I am. He's in Bloomington.
Yeah.
and also the guy in the tan jacket. That's another person that was seen there. So it's just not. I don't know.
That's another false statement by the defense, dude.
This guy had something tan under his blue jacket. Am I the only one who saw that?
No,
he's got if you look at Bridge Guy's the original video, he has the blue Carhartt or whatever you want to call it, but there's something brown or tan, or I would call it. You know, I wouldn't be mad at somebody if they called it tan. There was something under his blue jacket.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's assume it was a tan jacket underneath. So he ditched the blue jacket and they didn't find it.
That's a fair argument.
Well, it's probably, yeah. I mean, wouldn't you? I would.
I mean, it seems like they would have found it, you know, to me.
Yeah, that is a fair argument. I'll give you that.
And as far as discounting Elvis Field's confession, well, I mean, you say, you know, Greeno, you say there were no horns placed on him, but I haven't seen the photos. I haven't seen any. And, you know, you've seen some from what I understand, but who's to say you have seen them all? There might be other ones where they do have those horns on there.
Why would some of them show horns and some wouldn't?
That wouldn't make any sense.
That makes no sense.
Why would they take a picture of her with all that stuff on there and then take it all off and then take another picture?
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to see him, and maybe if I saw him, I'd have a better answer. But maybe.
All right, I'll air him right now. We're gonna show him right now, everybody.
No, we're not.
Yeah, I know. We're not gonna do that. Hey, other people have done that. We'll let them do that.
I don't know. But
anyway, hey, I think we're gonna have to go here soon. I know Marv. I'm doing a dual stream. Sterling, I want you to join tomorrow night. Thomas, you're welcome to join anytime, dude. I don't know what your schedule's like, dude.
I'm always off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so.
Okay, well, I'll be live tomorrow again. I thought Mitch Westerman's case went to court tomorrow. I was wrong. It's on the 11th.
I thought it did.
I just looked him up. It's on the 11th.
Really?
I'm totally wrong. Sorry,
Oh,
everybody.
shit.
I had you guys excited about tomorrow.
Way to go,
That's
Greeno.
Thursday. Fuck, man. I
Yeah,
won't be able
it
to
looks-
do shit that day.
Yeah,
Damn
I
it.
know. So it looks like on the 5th, they received a request from WTHR to put in for cameras in the courtroom on the 11th, and that has gone. The judge gave him 7 days to respond.
For Westerman?
For Westerman, yep.
Okay.
So he's going to court on the 11th, and we'll cover that. So tomorrow we can do Delphi talk. And I had a guy that wanted to come on. His name's Simon, and wanted to talk about submitting a tip about Richard Allen. So I'm going to let him come on. Sterling, you might be interested on that.
I'm very interested in that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Sterling,
so you guys are welcome.
I really like that guy. That guy's awesome. You have an open mind. I'll give you that.
He does, dude. He's good. Sometimes he gets pissed, and I get pissed, but that's just the way it is.
I love it. I love it. I'm here for it.
We haven't got pissed. I haven't gotten pissed. You never got pissed. I got pissed for a long time. Like, because, and I'll say this and then I'll go. But I've followed Greeno for a long time. And I told him that one of the things I liked about him, that he always stayed impartial and neutral, and even when like Kat was so sure, Greeno was open to everything, but never had a suspect. You know what I mean? But as soon as I said that, he said in the next breath that he's 100% convinced that it's Richard Allen. And I tried to back him down to 99, just to 99, and he wouldn't do it. So yeah,
I'm at 100 now. A month ago I wasn't, but now
gosh,
I am.
dude, you just opened up another 4-hour live stream.
Oh no, I'm damn near 100. It's I don't mean to do that. Oh my god, but I'm it's after, I hate to give, I know Gray Hughes can be an asshole.
No.
But his video of the PCA, it makes sense. You watch the video, the PCA video, Richard Allen kind of screwed himself. He really did. He really did. And it's just hard, man. Because, I grew up in a town of 10,000 people. Delphi's like, what, 1,500, 2,000 people? You're going to tell me it's, that's hard, man. That's hard.
I know. It's difficult.
It's difficult. I'm going to have a massive crow to eat if they find it's not him, and I will gladly do it. But right now, man, it's just hard. I don't know.
No, I don't eat crow. I don't eat crows, so that's why I've been hesitant to
kill eat a possum, dude.
But anyway, I look forward to discussing it maybe tomorrow. Thanks for having me, y'all.
Yeah,
have a good night. Cheers.
Yeah.
Later, dude. Marv, I'll let you guys, since you guys were the ones there, man, I'll let you guys go ahead and end this stream. Okay, and then I'll play that.
Go ahead, Marv. I am not. You go ahead.
All right,
you were at all three.
I'll end it. So, this weekend was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
This channel, Beyond the Evidence and True Crime Investigates, put out videos of those memorial walks for those girls in a way that has never been done before. It's got a lot of great footage from the drone, a lot of great commentary from Anthony, and live reports from me with boots on the ground. Share those videos, get them out in the groups, get them out wherever, because this all brings awareness for each one of these cases. Remember, we are here to be a voice for the victims and their families.
Absolutely.
And in doing that, we will bring justice for these cases because justice matters.
Indeed.
On that note, everybody, I'm Anthony Greeno alongside Thomas Frost and Marv from Beyond the Evidence. Keep it Southern style, y'all. Peace out, y'all.
Good night.
Little sad eyes, don't you cry, 'cause you know. Little sad eyes, love will come, love will go. And when you're strong, you never ask why, but Can you learn to love your weakest side? Little sad eyes. I see you carry all that pain. It's a sad life. If the hurt is all in vain, but you'll get through the darkest nights when you learn to find your shining lights. Little sad eyes. Don't you see I am right behind you? Don't you know I'm carrying your weight when you're down and when you're out? I'll be around. When you're strong, you never ask why. But I have learned to love your weaker side. Little sad eyes. Don't you know I am right behind you? Don't you see I'm carrying your weight? I'll take your hurt, I'll share your pain, and I'll dry your tears. Little sad